I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not know. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can you lie? Why can you steal? Why can you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you. That's why we vote tell you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us.
And I guarantee you, when we finish, there will not be a winner or the loser. Today we all wear the jersey of Liberia, and the victory belongs to the people, to the peace and to our democracy. As we begin to build upon the foundation of this new Liberia, I, George Fokke Klonjrade Bakugbe Tape Malewia, the new president, will first give thanks and praises to the Almighty God for the blessing He has bestowed upon our country. And I say, my people, thank you,
The supporters of His Excellency Joseph Boakai presents him as a poor man from Lofa, and I said that he will understand the plight of the poor people. Fellow Liberians, do not be fooled. First President Boakai is not poor like you, not even as me. As Vice President, his office received more money from the government budget than any other Vice President has received in Liberia's history. He has enjoyed some of the best and most lucrative government jobs. Minister of Agriculture, Ambassador, Managing Director of LPMC, at the time when LPMC had money, and several other positions. First President Boakai might have been poor a long time ago, but today he is among the richest 1% of Liberians who are enjoying the best of this country.
That led to decades of war still run deep. But so too does the longing for reconciliation. A reconciliation defined not by political bargaining or by an artificial balance of power by tribe, region, religion, or ethnicity, but by the equality of opportunity and a better future for all Liberians.
I'm extremely happy to be in the United States of America, long considered the lands of free and the home of the brave. My visit here today is a response to the kind invitation extended to me by President Ronald Reagan, a man of abiding courage, strong will, and foresight. As you know, Liberia and the United States have a long and historic friendship which spans more than 150 years.
Man, you have to respect her.
What I call sort of vicious lie about the fact that Mr. Kobe is gay or bring gay lifestyle to Liberia is complete bullshit. When people can accuse you of stealing people's money, when they can accuse you of being involved in the war, anything, people don't make up stuff. They don't make up shit. Excuse my language, right? So it's complete nonsense. I mentioned earlier, I don't know if, I'm sure you were here, right? You playing the game, right? I'm married to Teresa, 2 children, 5 grandchildren. I believe in traditional family values, so it's complete bullshit, complete nonsense.
I resigned May 11th. When on the start of the new session, after the president of Liberia, after our Supreme Court victory for us, and the president made his now famous speech that they will continue to work with the so-called majority, even before defining what that majority was going to be, because we're going into a new session. We decided that to avoid the continuous confrontations and acrimony at the legislature, we decided to step aside. So we resigned. They never got the votes to try us or remove us, and we maintained they would not have gotten the votes. There is a reason why the Constitution requires a supermajority, and if we wanted to go by the rule of law, and we should go by the rule of law, 49 votes were required. That was never attained, so we resigned.
I'm too hard on the CDC. You know, it's for reasons sometimes, Carol. The big ball that CDC dropped, it was right, one of it was right here in Nimba. My brother, let me tell you something. There's nowhere in the world where hundreds of candidates participate in the election. And in the second round, only 2%. And the number of vote cast in the second round is more than the first round. It's not possible. That's what happened in Nimba.
He is adjusting. Watch this moment without any commentary. It's going down. First blow. There you have it.
Because the party felt betrayed. The Salif-led administration was splashing jobs and cash and political cohesion, arresting our people arbitrarily, putting them behind bars. The CDC got challenged. We braved the storm. We challenged the status quo. We never surrender. The first 6 years we never surrender. 12 years we never surrender. And this party will never, with emphasis, ever surrender to the evil forces. By 2011, 3 of our soldiers were executed on this party ground. 2 at the back and 1 right at the headquarters. The man who shot and killed our people today is a darling boy in the Liberian National Police. They brought him back to shoot more guns. Get ready to shoot. Because we challenge the status quo appropriately. Kuma was murdered on this battleground. The boy was killed.
Isn't just about how you look. Lemons of the house of babe, I have something I want to.
What is it?
I have found someone better than you.
Winston, you got in us?
I'm getting you like clear, but like somebody playing a movie there at the back. I don't know. As a movie or teaser or whatever.
Anybody who playing a movie, please call it off, y'all. Or we just mute some people. Please.
You are live. You are live on Banner FM.
Okay. So Winston, just quickly, we just want to inform our many viewers, our listeners, those on YouTube and those on Facebook and those in Radio Land, that we are very loud, live and clear on Banner FM. You know, Banner FM is now 8.5, a local radio station in Montserrat County that covers about 5 counties. So it goes about Grand Kitman, Bombay, Bapoli, Grand Bassa, Mangibi, Montserrat, and even part of Bon County. And we are also live on Radio Lida 92.1 FM in Bon County and another station in Nima County. So we want to say good afternoon to our many viewers, our many listeners. So, the echo.
Yeah, I think information studio I have to reduce. Let me reduce the monitoring studio. I think we'll go.
Yeah. So we have our good friend, one of the former ministers of Ministry of Public Works, Jefferson Jesse. We also have one of the deputies at EPA, former deputy at EPA, Randall Dubayu. So, and Randall and Jeff, you know, you shorter yet, but this is journalist Winston Bladden from Banner FM, who will take over the show to a greater extent. He has the topic lined up, and we introduce ourselves and recognize our guests before the next 5 minutes, and then we'll go straight into the show. Obviously, I have been for almost 7 hours screen. So, Jeff, just your introductory statement, then Randall. Then we'll turn the show off.
Thank you, General, and Winston Bloody. Thank you for being here, and the great Randa Dobayu.
One recommendation before we move forward. Looking at some of your pages, you have not shared the show. Please go there and share the show on. Let us share it on our respective Facebook pages. Let's share in the various chat rooms. That would be good. Let's do it, please, while we introduce ourselves, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Vlad. We'll do that. So it's a pleasure being here again. And General Gray, I want to say thank you for the job well done and for holding the ground. Yeah, I missed few of our shows because I've been up and down and having some other issues. But yes, I'm grateful to be back here, helping to inform our people and to shape the narrative. One good thing is that this platform will provide the alternative to the lies and inform the Liberian people about the actual happenings in our country. Again, General, thank you. Dubayu, you're welcome, and thank you. It's a pleasure again to be sharing this platform with you guys.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Today we don't have the luxury of time because we have exactly maximum 2 hours on the radio. We're going already roughly 21 minutes. So I ran it by you. We on air. So we'll listen to you while Winston comes back.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Gray. And thanks to my dear friend Jefferson Chelsea. Thanks to Winston, a long-time journalist that have long interviewed me. I like his style. I like his persistence. I like everything. General Gray, of course, you one of my first bosses in the world, and I have to give that to you. When you hired me to work in your office in 2012, I was still a classroom teacher teaching Cathedral, Crawford, BJ Harry, and you became my boss. So I mean, I'm glad to be here today. And so we are generally here to replace perception with facts, to replace the last, we empirical statistic and adequate reality. So I'm glad to be on the show today, and we are here with our bare hands to literally slaughter the regime. We will slaughter the regime with constructive facts. We'll slaughter the regime, by including their raw lies and making the people to understand. The people are always victim. We're not going to get angry with the people. We will stand by the people to deal with the regime. So we are here today to participate very, very strongly. My voice, I don't miss them. I'm here to waste it, and we'll waste it very strongly tonight.
Thank you very much, Rano. Tonight we have a lot of topics, Lano, so we just take maybe 30 minutes or 4 minutes on the topic. We have the Supreme Court ruling, the issue that has to do with Prophet Key. We'll express our opinion. We can agree and disagree on the issues. We have the issue of the appearance of the former public minister that worked along with Jeff, Ruth Collins, former minister Ruth Collins. She made a pure bomb blast, and it has not been easy in the course of this week. We'll discuss that after the Supreme Court ruling. We'll go to her conversation on OKFM. We'll also go to the demolition actions in Monrovia. We'll talk about the protests at Midtown Steel. What happened at Midtown Steel, we'll speak about that. We'll also talk about the transport, what is happening at the Ministry of Transport, LMTI. We'll also talk about the Western health condition at Phoebe. Phoebe Hospital had a Western health condition. We'll focus on that, and any other business we'll discuss that. But we'll just recognize our people and tell them to share. We ask that everybody keep sharing. So let's just go through our usual recognition in the next 6 minutes. So we have John G, One Word. We are live again on radio on Banner FM 98.5 in Montserrat County and across Montserrat and other counties. So Winston is back. Winston, we are recognizing our guests, our live feed guests. So we have Nathan, we have Venetia's Bar, we have Blatta, Paul, Siliki, Kaba, Stanley, Bassett, Princess, Kamara, Mike Reels on YouTube, God, Otaka Kano, we have Frederick Salif, Dishakid Dash, Kem Kamara, Moses Martinbird, Jujit Wonwe, Frederick Sharu, recognize Howard Tote, Comfort Jackson, Helena Barr, James Wilson, Aaron Niswa, Clady Addison, Solomon Goffard, Val Johnson, Rudolph Basson, Nina Quay, Paul Smith, Aaron Mason, Samson Zadu. We have Abraham Dennis, William Davis, Jerry Swa, Father Pambu. We also have Den Coy, and Abednego Sisse, Tule Davis, following from Prince Reed, Ambassador Cyrus Mobile, Sambola has done a great job. We have Emmanuel Thier, We have Rosalind Tenwell, Evelyn L. Dennis, Johansson F. Wia, Aaron Mason. We ask that you keep sharing this live. It's very important that you keep sharing. Keep sharing the live. So yeah, Winston, are you getting us? Hello, Winston, internet got some problem, but we're live on Banner FM. We got something novel who is following us. Saliu Kenneth also following us. Jonathan Bolo, following us live. Morris Samuels also following us. So Jeff, we'll start with the issue of the Supreme Court ruling. And we got to divide the time, Jeff. We got to be time conscious today. So we'll start with you on the Supreme Court ruling. We got to go into this. Morris Samuels will recognize everyone. And we ask that you just keep sharing the live. So what's your kind of opinion on the ruling of the Supreme Court? The property issue.
Well, General, I followed that case meticulously and I read the opinion of the court. In my mind, the Supreme Court ruling was justified, and I support the action of the Supreme Court, thereby setting a standard for our society. You know, Prophet I've been one person who denigrated every leader in our country, every woman in our country, and something had to be done. And the Supreme Court took that action to preserve the sanctity of our society. And in my mind, I support that.
Because he comes from a different sector, is actually
okay.
A different sector.
So
no engineer will say what he said on this video. No engineer.
Jeff, I'm sorry.
So in other words, technically he's not inclined.
I'm sorry that
because he's not an engineer.
We're putting something in the
we
background.
Sorry. So let me.
Jeff, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was done. He was already done.
Yeah. So we go to you, Ronald. Winston is now on.
So
let me know.
Yeah,
I'm good. Just I've been having problem of coming through, but you guys been on the radio. But we are good. We are good. The show is live on Banner, but I'm sure my sister is okay. Yeah,
we'll go by topic so that we can be able to conclude tonight. The sooner the better, maybe 30 minutes. So now we will run you on the Supreme Court decision. What you think about that?
So let me say this, right? And it's unfortunate that I will start by disagreeing with my dear friend Jefferson.
Ronald King's FM is relaying the show as we speak currently.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, just receive a notification for Israel WCA on that one.
Okay. Thank you. So my opinion on the Supreme Court, thanks to those following. It's unfortunate that I have to start by disagreeing with my brother Jefferson Chelsea on the Supreme Court. The reasoning he gave is that he has been forthcoming. Prophet Key has been a repeated, man cursor, just in simple terms. With that, I'm in little disagreement. I'm in agreement. My disagreement stems from the fact that the issue about precedent, the issue about why it happened in the immediate cause and the attention given that is where I wear my political jacket. How often has Prophet Key done this? Today's political elite, those who are steering the affair of our state, the Yumbli Lawrence, right? Even the current Chief Justice, the Justice Minister Joseph Walker, given that we are in a political space and Prophet Key is a politically exposed person, it is an open fact that the current president sat on stage and campaigned with Joe Walker. Everyone, the vice president, they gave Prophet Key money to leave the race. Those guys legitimate insult Joe Walker and others in that country, Liberia, when insults were rained on the presidency. When the dear mother of President Weah was insulted, nobody stepped in. Today it's unfortunate that Supreme Court will be the complainant and the judge at the same time, the juror, and do everything at once, all because one person feels aggrieved, one person feels injured. Wait a second. Prophet Key had an allegation that the Supreme Court justice was corrupt. I would have been interested in the justices addressing the allegation of corruption. But the hearing we listened to, we didn't hear anything about corruption. Are they implying they are comfortable with that accusation? Because everything they said was just about insult. It was not about asking Prophet Key to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that his statements were true. He said justices should not own businesses. The Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia on the Freedom of Information Act. Anybody can the message guy is source. So the message, this man now, the argument is, should justices own property? Yes or no? Should justices be corrupt? Yes or no? That is grave. So when you are to do proportionality, looking at what he said versus what has happened, I would tell you I go for the bigger picture. I go for the bigger picture. Now, Judy Antitape, when she carried this very man to court, the very justices today, because they were not injured, they vindicated him and they let him to go. Budu Ben Keita, he's on record for saying that there was no case against Prophet Key, or because Judy Antitape, quote unquote, had an association with the CDC. So I would have agreed with the judgment of the Supreme Court if their action was not a function of segregated justice, if their action was not a function of proving a point and not justice for the entire society. I would have been happy if the same 4G justice they gave them said they would have given it for the little girl who was raped the Ministry of Youth and Sport. I would have been happy if the little boy who has been sodomized by 4 grown-up men, if they were given that same force of attention. But that wasn't given, Brother Chelsea. That wasn't given. But today, you go and put somebody in jail for 6 months. When you look at the idea and the concept of proportionality, look at 6 months for man causing. What offense, what injury does that cause on the society as compared to corruption cases? The marijuana case, the drugs, the guys they made another drugs, the guys flee the country. No attention was given. Now, very Supreme Court vindicated those people. See the type of attention they gave this case as compared to things that injure our society. People were killed in Kinjor. What was the Supreme Court's attention? Today, people being killed in, we'll talk about it later on. So I'm saying the Supreme Court, the ruling doesn't make us free in Liberia. The ruling carry us back to the days of jungle justice. The ruling make us the one to redefine the Abdullah Kamara Act, the Freedom of Information Act, the freedom of expression that President Weah and President Salif, honor in the last few years. This ruling is a manifestation of what Bwaka wants, an environment of tyranny where free speech will be suppressed. And this is worrisome, Mr. Jefferson, Jesse, and those listening to us. And so, as critical voices, these are issues that we should not give currency to permeate our society. Today it is Prophet Key, tomorrow it will be you. They will try to interpret, twist, and you know what free speech is.
Ronald.
It's a terrible ruling.
Ronald.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronald, your time, you get less than 30 seconds.
I'm done, General. It's a terrible ruling. That's my conclusion. It's a terrible ruling.
Yeah. Winston, my opinion on this is very clear. What's my opinion on the ruling? Jeff, I do agree with you to a greater extent, and I also have a concern, and my concern is mainly political concern. Okay, and I tend to also agree with Ronald. I'm at the balance of this discussion, and the reason why I'm at the center stage of this discussion at the balance, because look, there's a technical grounds on the issue of freedom of expression. Nobody is supporting Prophet Key. I would never ever support him in my life. Never. If this was a civil matter and the Chief Justice of the court, he would have put him in jail for 10 years for me nothing. But once the Supreme Court posts it on criminal contempt, like Jeff said, contempt, people ask why the Chief Justice did not recuse himself. No, under contempt, you can't recuse yourself. Okay, that's the tyranny of the legislature, that's the tyranny of the judiciary. The simple way accuse you under contempt, the simple way investigate you. But my issue here is that the guy raised a very critical issue, and that issue has to do with the issue of corruption. A very critical issue.
Okay.
Does the issue of corruption bring the branch to public disrepute?
So great.
They left corruption and went
so, General,
yeah.
I know you raised one card now. Just let me just stop you right there 1 minute. You raised one cardinal point here, right? You talk about the issue of
Will you
corruption.
please give General the chance Ali to address it? He can come in because he was in
No,
flat.
the moderator there, Jeff.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So go ahead, General.
Yeah, no, I said you're the moderator, so Jeff.
No, you was in flight and he interrupted you. I wanted to late, then he would come in to make some clarity.
And the moderator do what he want to do, Jeff.
Sorry, General, go ahead.
Yeah, we honor a gabble. Yeah, we honor the gabble of wisdom tonight. So yeah, so my issue here is that, look, insult is very wrong. It's dangerous for the foul march of our society. There is a hypocrisy here. But I look at the people of there, there's a hypocrisy. Prophet Key insulted everyone in this country. He was placed on campaign team by Joseph Walker. Not that. The guy accused the judiciary that bring the judiciary to public disrepute on the basis of corruption. The judiciary failed to act on that. In my mind, the Supreme Court did not adequately act on the issue of corruption because the United States report, the State Department report on Liberia, I accused the judiciary of corruption. Former Chief Justice Francis Coker talk about winning of corruption in the judiciary, for example, and other people. So will they go and hold the United States government in criminal contempt? Will they hold everybody in criminal contempt? So they would have used the word insult. And Jeff, mind you, I forgot about insult because they're talking about criminal contempt now. So we can make a statement during the period of campaign. We can disagree with the Supreme Court ruling. In the mind of the Supreme Court, they could say it bring the body to public disrepute. And they can catch you and jail you. You may not even go to the election for the run of the election because it's a criminal matter. They want to see the election for us, and the Supreme Court may want to rule, and you can challenge the Supreme Court because whether you like or not, people say, oh, there were people who I know who support that political institution who are members of the Supreme Court bench. And when I meet my word, just the Bwakakane, we went to school together, we sat in the same class at the University of Liberia. We did courses together. He supported the Liberian Action Party, he openly supported the Unity Party. An ardent supporter of the Unity Party. Okay? Openly. I got a prejudice he comes to the table when it comes to the CDC. Do I believe that Bwakakane can independently adjudicate against the CDC? I don't believe so. There is a friend who slept in the same room. We started together on Perry Street. I know him, he know me like ABC. He's an associate justice of the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. So when I question is independent, the court will call me and say you brand the body to public disrepute. Because I know him. Okay. So these are concerns that we are raising on a criminal contempt, and that's the tyranny of the judiciary or the legislature. Okay, when we say the tyranny, it does not mean that it's illegal for them to do it. It's legal. Constitutionally, they can do it. Okay, but the fact of the matter is it abuse of power? Is this the excessive use of power? Because nobody defended Prophet Kia. Prophet Kia insulted the former president mother. He had insulted some of us. He done the right thing. Okay, but my concern here is that for all the people that go to insult, they will pour all of them beyond by in case 1,000 people decide tomorrow so going to insult. What happens? Jeff, right. If 5,000 people decide that they're going to insult the Supreme Court, they will arrest all of them.
Okay. Right. Okay, General.
So General, there are two points here, right? If you have read the opinion of the court, the court produced a 7-page opinion on the entire case. It's good that we read that opinion. They addressed two major issues there. One, the freedom of speech issue, and two, the corruption issue. Those two issues were adequately addressed in the opinion of the Supreme Court. And mind you, General, the Supreme Court served as the salt of our nation. They are there to preserve the civility of our nation. Why it's true that everybody have the right to think or to question as to whether the Supreme Court will be neutral in any political case. That's a different argument. But this case concerning Prophet Key is not a political case. It's not a political argument. You know, this is a fight by the Supreme Court to preserve the civility of our country. Prophet Key leveled wild allegations against the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice of our country. And he has been held in contempt. You talk about other instances where people were insulted. Yes, the court will not do for you what you ought to do for yourself. So if Prophet Key insulted anybody else, that person had remedy under the law. And if we did not exhaust our remedy on the law, that's up to us. But in this time, when you look, to insult the Chief Justice alone, it means you are insulting the Supreme Court of the country. The Chief Justice represents the judiciary branch of our country. So for a single man, the Prophet Key to insult
Jeff, just a quick question, Jeff. A quick question. I know it's difficult for a lawyer to publicly disagree. Now, what is the standing of the Chief Justice? They insulted his mother. What is standing? Now
so,
he insulted. You say his mother. What's the standing?
No. So if you read the opinion, the opinion did not delve into the insult of the Chief Justice's mother. No. It dived into two major questions. Those are the two issues being addressed. Those are the legal issues as to whether his okay, to be simple as much as possible, a regular cursing constitutes freedom of expression, and whether his statement against the Chief Justice regarding corruption is true. So, and you remember, Prophet Key himself apologized to the Supreme Court. He said he was wrong for doing that, and he regret his action. He did it based on lies and misinformation. So himself has apologized and begged for mercy at the Supreme Court. So it tells you that Prophet Key was just another ignorant person making ignorant comment, a statement against the Supreme Court. And when they brought him before the court to justify why he should not be held in contempt, he broke down and started to beg the justices for mercy. That he also said that he made those statements with all evidence. You know, he overreacted. Yeah.
Jeff, you can take your closing statement on this, so we can go to the next subject matter.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, the Supreme Court acted in the supreme interest of our society to safeguard the civility of our society. And I applaud the Supreme Court for that. And we hope that this case will serve as a precedent for anyone who would think that you can just insult the Supreme Court or just make statement against people without evidence and go free. This ruling is a precedent in general that will set standards in our country, that people cannot just gather and accuse Akaras Gray for something they don't have evidence for and walk us free. We say no. This is the standard that the Supreme Let
me weigh in. I want to disagree with you, Jeff. The Chief Justice is not a strange man on the bench. He had been there before his ascendancy to that position. What the Supreme Court and the Unity Party is trying to do is to prevent something that the Unity Party used while in opposition community to bring them to power. Is the Chief Justice a new man? No, he had been around for years. He had been on that bench for a very, very, very long period of time. When was the last time that he realized that Prophet Key had been using invectives? Prophet Key had been why in the country? Prophet Key have insulted our mothers in the country. Prophet Key insulted the former president, his wife. the Chief Justice is not a new man, but what the Unity Party used to come to power is exactly what they are trying to prevent from being used against them by the very same old man. I can send you a video now. You can remember Darius Dillon, Senator Abraham Darius Dillon, once upon a time appreciated Prophet Key, even admitting or receiving more than $2,000 United States dollars for the campaign. Today, you got Dillon, he kind of paced off with Prophet Key, only because the very same weapon they use against the CDC, they are trying to prevent that weapon from being used against them. Is this Supreme Court? Ask yourself a question. That's why I want to disagree with you. Is the Chief Justice or speech man? If I'm not making a mistake, only one or two have been added to that bench since Boaka talked about. The rest of the three, they are all people. Where have been Justice, how you call him, the Chief Justice, or why have you not been able to use his office? Now, secondly, the reason why I want to disagree with you is that, again, let me repeat, the weapon used against the CDC administration, I want to say to you, this is a complete trap. This is a complete trap set for we journalists. Trust me, what the guys are doing, it is intimidating. They are trying to intimidate us that tomorrow, if we want to criticize, and I spoke with my friend AB to be very careful. Prophet Key is the sacrificial lamb. If we do further investigation, I'm not really sure Prophet Key is in prison. If we do thorough investigation, it needs to be investigated. He's a sacrificial lamb used to intimidate us. And the day they sentenced Prophet Key, visit the Facebook pages of the partisans of the Unity Party and some government official. The only thing they can say, precedent have been set. Is Winston Bradley a target? Yes. Is Abraham Gosson a target? Yes. Is Khan Ottawa Khan next in line? Yes. Ask yourself a question on the platform tonight, gentlemen. Is the Chief Justice a new person on that bench? No. Was the Chief Justice not around when former President Weah were being insulted? What did he do? Was Chief Justice not around when women of this country were being insulted to the letter? What did he do? So I want to respectfully disagree with you. And this is a complete trap. I will end on this for now. Maybe I can come back. It's a serious trap. And if not properly look at with a tear, you will be there celebrating, clapping, applauding government for no reason when a trap is being set and a weapon used against the CDC is not being prevented from being used against the Unity Party. It's a trap. I end on this for now.
Journalist Winston Bladden, you are our moderator, and we got 6 more topics to run on. So the next topic will be on the Ministry of Public Works. We'll come back to that topic. So last week, we all knew that the Minister of Public Works, during the course of this week, appeared on OKFM, and she made some statements. So let's be able to listen to the Minister of Public Works and make a comparative analysis to what her successor, Giddens, have been saying, and what she have been saying, and her response. Let's listen to these two recordings. There's Ruth Collins. Let me play the recordings. The first one is this.
We cannot blame the current Minister of Public Works because he coming from a different sector, is actually leading a different sector. No engineer will say what he said on this radio. No engineer. So in other words, technically he's not inclined because he's not an engineer. We're discussing engineering here. So let me say these few things before I go further. So the road it was 3 different roads. The first one is administrative road 1 and 2 is 900 meters.
The first, she said the minister is not inclined, the current minister. Okay, no engineer will say that. This is the strongest
Worship
part
of the
of it.
ministry buy earth moving equipment. We did. And it came to country. Tell us about it. Yes. So we actually have a contract with ABK, and that contract was worth $4,864,000. Okay. For 42 pieces of equipment. Okay. Later on, we did an addendum because on the first contract, we had asphalt paver and asphalt spiral. But as a ministry, we will not do paving. So we converted these two things to 11 pickups. So we have 40 pieces of earth-moving equipment with 11 pieces of pickups. In my turnover note, we have 27 of those equipments were in country. They came when? It was at the ministry. We used it. When we in which year did they come? 2023. All the equipments we left here, it was part of our handover note to the covering leadership. Okay. So we had a wheel loader. We have 5 wheel loaders, which when the people can call front hand loader. Okay. We have 5 pieces of that. The motor grader, we have 4 pieces. The compactor, we have 3. The bulldozer, we have 1. The excavator, we had 2. The dump trucks, we had 6 dump trucks. The pickup, we had 1. The low bed, we had 2 low beds. We had a fuel tank, 1, and the jackhammer, we had 1. So all the things was handed over to the current leadership. So I just kind of wondering why people are running up and down for moving equipment. I thought that's something strange. We left it at the ministry. We left this equipment there. We left 27 pieces of moving equipment at the Ministry of Public Works. And that's what they're using now. They're doing all the demolitions. So what?
The minister said, the CDC Minister of Public Works, Jeff, a good Jeff on the show. 40 F-moving equipment, 11 extra vehicles. But when they were leaving totality, they left 20 some more. 26 or 27? 27? Okay. She said they left there brand new. She was responding actually to the current Minister of Public Works, Minister Giddings. So everyone will just take 30 minutes on this subject matter. But Winston, you be the moderator. If you want to interrupt and ask us, do it and give a conclusion. So we'll start with Jeff. Winston, you can start with Jeff. 30 minutes because we got to go over a lot of stuff tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the callers have started blinking the lines already. So let's begin with you, Jeff. 30 minutes, please.
So maybe you give me a little more than 3 minutes. So first of all, let me just say a big thank you. Let me just say a big thank you to Cyrus Barome Davis II. He said he's relaying the show on Voice of Tapeta 98.0 in Nima County. Thank you, Barome. So yes, so the minister was right. I listened to Giddings, and there's one thing I've always stated, that the team at the Ministry of Public Works under Joseph Boakai is one of the most incompetent and corrupt team ever in the history of the Ministry of Public Works. Minister Collins was clear. Look, we took over that ministry with only 1 damaged bulldozer and 1 broken down excavator. We left that ministry with a contract for the procurement of 47 equipment, and 27 of those equipment were already delivered at the Ministry of Public Works. So this is why you heard I always complain that the $22 million that was spent for the 100 days deliverable by the Ministry of Public Works was actually squandered by Giddings and his team, because They had all the necessary equipment they needed to construct or to maintain those roads. Unlike when we took over from the Ministry of from the former administration headed by Gideons, who were also the Deputy Minister of Administration, they left absolutely nothing at the Ministry of Public Works. We took over. For Gideons to say that we messed the road sector up, then Ruth is right. He was speaking from the point of ignorance. He didn't know what he was saying. General, we left the road sector intact. Every major project being executed now by the Ministry of Public Works are those projects that we initiated, we started, we found the money to build those roads, and we put all the engineering system into place, and they are just riding on what we did. We, the team at the Ministry of Public Works that was appointed by His Excellency, the former President George Weah, did all the heavy lifting for what you see going on right now in the Ministry of Public Works.
Let me hold you. What are some of the roles that you can point to today that is currently being worked on under the Unity Party government that you did 80-90% of the work before leaving power? What are some of the projects, some of the rules that you can point to?
So listen, let me tell you something. In the road sector, right, you have the soft work and you have the physical work. Take, for example, the overhead bridge that have been constructed in front of the ministerial complex. Look, the design they are using, every scope of works, the drawings, everything was done by our administration. That is the only project they carry on right now. They talked about the Freeport to Douala road project executed by MDMC. That project, we conducted the procurement process. We made the advance payment to the contractor, and work has started on that road. Our intention was to rebuild that road to the level of the Penny Freeway. That is how we structured that road. Look at the RIA road today. You know, when we talk about the Ministry of Public Works, the RIA road money was allocated to build the road to the former President Salif farm. When President George Weah said, no, Madam President, we don't have money to build the RIA road. We divide that money that should build a road to go to your farm to the RIA road. And today, see what you have on the RIA road is the only project they got to boast of. Up to now, they haven't gone anywhere. You know, the reason why they were moving fast on that construction was because we made a heavy payment to the contractor just before the election. And so right after the election, the contractor had money to proceed with the works. Since that money was exhausted by the contractor, they have not paid a cent. And because of that, the RIA road now is stalled. There's no work going on. And we are hearing that they have reduced or changed the scope of works on that road to reduce it. And at the same time, this government is increasing the cost of that road. The lights you see they are putting on that road, those lights were all brought in the country. They were paid for and were waiting to install those lights. So this government has done nothing, absolutely nothing in our infrastructure sector. All they are doing now is riding on our sweat. We did the heavy lifting. And this is
we did the heavy lifting. Jeff Jefferson says. Let me bring in Rana Jobayu. Rana, you have your TD meeting, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, my dear brother Winston. So that argument is factual. That argument validates our argument that the Unity Party said they are experienced and they are competent than those appointed by George Weah. I always want to take a challenge. Look at the first ministers appointed by Weah and look at the first minister appointed by Walker. Head to head, look at credential and experience. You will know what the minister says is true. For example, Mamputu Vla Yimpa, a career engineer, was appointed as Minister of Public Works. No argument. Despite his engineering credential, he was a lawmaker. He understood the fundamental, he fundamentally understood what it means to be, a public servant. You bring in Guineas, That is not a debate. Given the fact that Guinea is now an engineer, the statement by the minister that he is not inclined as it relates to engineering issue is factually correct. So at this point, I want to take the debate from the fact that she has stated. I want to take it to where I have done a troubleshooting, and I think where the problem lies. The problem lies on the head of the guy who bear the sovereign authority of the state, the president. The decision of this president to continuously and repeatedly appoint people outside of their area of discipline, it tells you that their argument, Mr. Wisdom, that we were incompetent, that we were children. It suggests that the statement of worker that you take a old man work and give it to a little boy, those were loose talk that grounded in no reasoning. Because if those statements of his were grounded in reasoning, he would not institute a government and leave all the engineers trained by the University of Liberia, Stella Maris, and other technical institutions in our country. The reason why these people are trained is to go in these areas. For example, how do you take a security person to go and perform an operation at JFK? Only a doctor does that. Only a driver drives a car. Only a pilot, takes the plane off. So look at Guineas. Somebody who career, I don't know, I knew you in AMU. I don't know where he did, where he disciplined. He has no connection with engineering. You taking and making, the Minister of Public Works, that ministry, everyone in Liberia, everyone who goes to engineering school, their desire is to become public work minister. It's like every lawyer wants to become an associate justice and chief justice. Every soccer player wants to become a world best. That is the peak of engineering in our country. That group is responsible to validate and invalidate every vertical structure above one floor elevation. Every horizontal structure, whether it is road, whatever. That is the ministry responsible. You take a bluff boy, you carry him there. So the minister is right. The decision of Mr. Joe is where my concern is. His decision reflects a serious lapse in terms of governance understanding. Mr. Joe decision to appoint that joker who is passing around with nothing to show suggests that they are forgetting their own metra. They said they have come to rescue. People that have come to rescue are people who attach urgency and seriousness to what they do. Mr. Joe is not
Right. Do you also believe or of the conviction that the Unity Party regime is right on the glory of the CDC government when it comes to rural construction in the country?
I was at the EPA, and Jeff Jackson know we work hand in hand. We complement. There's a lot of complementarity between the public works and EPA. Most of these road corridor he was talking about, I was involved with the RAP. RAP is the Resettlement Action Plan. These are preliminary steps involved in carrying out infrastructure along the RIA corridor. Most of these people that were squatting, those people who have legitimate ownership to the land across, on the railway, those people were just compensated the process. We have to go there and do the environmental safeguard, quantify everything. So I was involved. So yes, indicatively, yes, they are right on our shoulder. Nothing they have to show. What they are doing is to appoint people who are not competent to serve in those roles, individuals that lack professional training and discipline. And that undermines credibility and effectiveness of institution. It undermines public trust. This clearly tells you that they have not come to rescue. What they have come to do is to prioritize weak recruitment practices over competence. They have come to ensure that their leadership and mainstreams weak oversight on the road.
Right now, if you are part of everything, then one will want to know what took the CDC or what prevented the CDC from carry on these major programs, road connectivity that the Unity Party came to power today, and it's like the cake have been icing everything. One will want to know what took you so long. If you want to say major, I would say to you, look at the Freeport to Douala or St. Paul Beach Road. It's a major one.
So what is happening right now? Are they building skyscraper?
No, the road project is ongoing. One will want to know
so the road project
what took you so long.
Because you have to do hydrological study, geotechnical study. You have to quantify property that will be damaged along the way. The procurement processes, resource mobilization, it's not just instant. For example, the Grand Jide Road, I listened to one joker called Zoe Penon, who has overstayed with no achievement, talking about, oh, you know, and the government prioritizing road for our county. Look, road have faces. The road have to leave from Morovia to Kakata, Kakata to Wa, Banga, Banga to Ganta, Ganta to Seklepie, Seklepie to Wa, Tapeta, Tapeta before Totem. You can turn road carriage and dump it somewhere. And those other places are part of Liberia. Did he expect us to carry road in Grenada and not build it in the country alone the way I told the other countries are not part of Liberia? So no one who is technically inclined, who have technical inclination, who pay attention to basic logic and reasoning, will ask me those questions. So I just want to tell you, the Unity Party, they haven't broken a ground for any other project that wasn't earmarked. Look, Wisdom, leave from Banan today. This guy was to Banan, Griffin. Griffin left from Banan. You there today because there's a blueprint. You didn't come and build that studio you're sitting in. Are you telling me that Jala did nothing? Everything over there, you did everything. So this
just to have you informed, been here from the genesis of Bana FM.
Okay,
I recruited Jala from OK. Okay, but thank you so much. Let's bring General Gray in. Yeah. So tell the second wrap up quickly.
So the point I was making is that institutions, okay, like today you are Bana, you were there for information. Yes, that's true. But when you leave, the different person come. Imagine a person now referencing you and saying they did everything at Bana. That is the logic I wanted to conclude with.
Okay. General, what do you make the whole battle between the former and current public works minister? What are your thoughts?
No, you see, to be frank with you, I will be a little bit harsh. And I listened to the minister, in fact, Minister Ruth Collins, one of those who heavily encourage her to have a PA on air. And the reason why I encourage her to have a PA on air, because the current Minister of Public Works, Mr. Guinea, provided a lot of misinformation. Too many misinformation provided. And these are some of the things. In 12 years, the Unity Party-led administration pays a little over 700 payrolls. 711 payrolls. In 12 years. The United Party arrest agenda says that the citizens paid 530 rules in 6 years, including the how do you call it, the COVID situation, 4 years. 530. If you do the proportion to 7 something and 530, it means the CDC comparatively pay more rules. The highest number of feeder rules in Montserrat County and across Montserrat in other counties, the CDC. When the minister goes on air, our minister Ruth Collins, the female, and says that this man is misplaced and no engineer can speak the way he spoke, and she provided technical engineering jargons. That's very important. I caught my mind. She said, at the Ministry of Public Works, we'll do our work in phases. She was very particular to that. It means that Jeff understands better than I do. They go, they clear the area to do resettlement, for example. The plan covered. They do that a rock grinding machine. I know he knows exactly what I'm talking about. And those things, before they even start the pavement of the road, they have to start expanding the road first. And I think put the lateral first before they put the pavement. Jeff will better provide the explanation on that. I don't know much about that, but he will provide the explanation on that. But what is essential for us is this, that the minister himself Gideon is on public record for admitting and the arrest agenda that will pay 530 kilometers of paved road in their own arrest agenda. I never wrote it. They paved 700 and some more paved road in 12 years. Even if you divide 800 by 2, let's say in the first 12 years, you divide 800 by 2, that's 4. So that means they pay 400 in each year. I mean, each 10. The first 10, 400, the second 10, 400, which they did not read 400. That's just 375 each. But the CDC pays 530 by their own analysis. So the Minister Collins, Ruth Collins, the female, the distinguished engineer, went on air to refute this man because this man is saying something that he has no knowledge about. Let me disagree with Jeff on something. Jeff, the road that was leading to President Sterling home in Bombing County, there was no money placed in the budget for that. Let me repeat. There was an agreement with the hope that the budget of the Republic of Liberia would jumpstart the process. And President Sterling left power. I want to correct you on that, Jeff. Because 2020, I was a ranking member on the Committee on Investment who ratified an agreement for the RIA rule. That RIA rule is the singular initiative of the CDC-led administration, because who ratified that agreement? February 20. Listen to me. Check. February 20, 2020. Go to my Facebook page. We ratified the agreement for the RIA rule. So that naive argument by Unity Party people that they wanted to build road to Ellen farm in Bombing County, President Sally farm, in Bombing County, and that the money we took and diverted to the RIA rule is a blatant lie. There was not a dime left in the budget for that rule. Why it is true that they had an agreement with the company to do the role, but they didn't have any money in the budget. We said no. We did ratify, let me repeat. We did ratify that agreement to build a road to Erlinghurst. That has no economic value in leaving the RIA rule. So we ratified an agreement. If you go to the record of the legislature, you'll see there's a ratified agreement in 2020 for the RIA rule. And in that ratified agreement, Lawrence, and the Liberian people on our voice tonight, Winston, you tell us now you got to reset your camera. Okay. In that ratified agreement, I think Winston will bring him back. In a ratified agreement for the RIA rule, we included the lightening and the sidewalk of that rule. Go to my page, February 20, 2020. We had it. So the issue of the light, the issue of the sidewalk, is not just government. It's something that we agree on. And we provided the first minimum, if I'm not mistaken, $50 million United States dollars to budgetary approval to jumpstart the RIA rule. So, Jeff, when Minister Giddens come and make reckless statements on things that he doesn't know about the RIA rule, and as former chairman on executive, in fact, 2020, I was chairman on executive, who knows the historicity of that rule, and not only being chairman on executive, but I was a member of the Committee on Investment that wrote the report and submitted it to the plenary, and the plenary voted for it. That year, Jeremiah Kunwe, vice president, he was part of that. Tom Farah, all of those guys were part of that, including the Prince Moi, every one of them. They were part of it. We voted for it. So I want to make that correction on the RIA rule, that the fundings, the initial funding were provided by the WIA-led administration, and the agreement was signed by WIA and ratified by the legislature under WIA in 2020. By President WIA.
Thank you, General. Thank you very much.
Defeat that argument because Jeff is speaking to living history. The second point here is that, Jeff, I beg you, Martini Mina, I know you're more on Bishop now. Okay. Martini Mina, go here. Jeff, you can. So Jeff, the next thing we want to say here is that the Kidman rule are documentary evidence to show that the road leading from Mandina to Rawalsport, that agreement again was ratified by us in the legislature under WIA-led administration and given to SSF. SSF has started expanding the road. Okay, before we left power, they built a cover to that road. They took their machines. I will publish it tonight so the public can see it. They took the crush rack machines. They negotiated with the people from Tulsa to use the crush rack in that place. They had some negotiation with them. I don't know how they negotiate, but they built their plant. The plant was built under the WIA-led administration to jumpstart that way. So the first phase was to clear along the road, expand the road, build the cover, then before they start the pavement. And even with the renegotiation on our administration, the pavement started from Mandina to Rawalsport. But the guardian said no. One of the senators came and said, let's start from Rawalsport and come forward to Mandina. So yes, we started the development of that road initially, and then we left power. We got the documented evidence and pictorial evidence to parade tonight. The southeastern road that they're talking about, I will provide the newspaper article tonight, Jeff. It's important. Jeff, please be talking. I will provide a newspaper article in terms of Eastern Road from Nima County, going all the way to River Maryland, Grand Creek County. We secured the agreement for that, absolutely, and I will show and publish the time that agreement was, how they call it, was carried out and what we learned. So now, first, it takes time. Sometimes you sign an agreement, it takes 2 years. Sometimes it takes 3 years. There are a lot of things. In every road we did, every major road the CDC did across this country, we never broke down homes that we didn't pay for. No. Now you talk about the bridge, the overhead bridge that you're talking about today, Jeff, the overhead bridge that you're talking about, for example, the overhead bridge, all the people along our area to the overhead bridge will pay for it. Kalano, we could not conclude negotiation with Kalano because Kalano wanted, I think, about $3 or $5 million United States was just too much for that place. Yeah. So the Chinese people said, we'll redesign the original design where so we can bypass Kalano building at near Busu spot to ensure that one of the delay of that road, and this government came to power and they are doing it. But the full agreement was killed by the CDC-led administration. Even the Freeport Road is doing. Mr. Yuboti and other people, the CDC administration. The Freeport Road that they're doing one way to Virginia is the CDC-led administration. This government has never signed anything on their own, signed an agreement, originated the agreement, concluded the agreement. Even the 1 mile road that Joseph Boga dedicated in Kakata, the company had an agreement with us. Even the 1 mile road that is dedicated in Kakata, people want to talk about lies. The file of letting like streets across the country, there is no city in the Republic of Liberia, in any country, that the CDC did not provide street lights for. There is none. Okay, so we just wanted to make this clarification. And then when the man talk about, say, oh, the Bopolu Road, you know, and the CDC administration, they ate the money, they did it as okay. When the minister corrected him that the roads were done in phases, and even now they even paying that man some money in this current government, that's it. But the guy doesn't know what he's talking. Another thing they did, Jeff, we'll put the picture up. They said the inheritor of mess from the CDC, that means the roads were damaged. The inheritor of mess. People were coming to Ivory Coast to come to the southeastern region. That's the argument they put up. But let me ask you a question, Jeff. I want to ask our people in Radio Land are listening. The United Party first did roads in the southeastern region and CDC government for it. The United Party first the road leading to Joseph play in that elementary argument. All the people around, look, Ghana FMO, Kings FMO, the one in Bon County, in Nima County, the whole country is locked down listening tonight by radio, besides the online platform. The United Party first the road from Bon, from Banga to Benjamin, CDC's party. The United Party first the road from Nima County to the southeastern region of Grand Bassa County, to Rewases, to Sanu, to Grand Crew, to Rabaji, to Maryland, to Grand Jida and CDC's party. We inherited out of the 900 NMS. The public work minister, Ruth Collins, of the CDC, went on that road, used the road and said, see the public work minister in the part. No, she wanted to ensure that the roads are pliable, that means usable. Every time I order road, that means cars can go on it. So Ruth Collins, our public work minister, went there to ensure that cars will go into the southern region. We inherited a system from the United Party administration after 12 years. There were no people going to Lofa County, for Bon County. After 12 years, it's the CDC. After 12 years, the RIA road was not done. That's CDC. After 12 years, Saclepied, Tapeta, Tota, going to Barclayville, going all the way to Roji, going to Hapo. The Unity Party did not do that. We did the rules. We signed the agreement. And the continuation of the rules, the agreement that we signed, Jeff. The agreement that we passed under the CDC administration. So how can we sit down as intellectuals in the Republic of Liberia? Among the best, the cream of the Liberian political setting. We went to some of the schools with those then to come and tell us they inherited mess from CDC. Can you imagine that? Did you face the rules? Want seditions and Liberians to ask unity Palestine? Did you face the role from Freeport to Bombing County? From Bombing to Grand Cape County? From Medina to Rawasport, did you face the role in CDC's party? Did you face the role from Moroyo to Grand Jida County? To Maryland County? To Grand Creek, other counties in CDC's party? They never gave no rules. They never secured no agreement. Jeff, and in conclusion on this subject matter, Jeff, just less than 2 minutes. 1 minute, I mean, less than a minute. On the subject matter, Jeff, we have to educate our people. Because when the guys jump on and say the overhead bridge, they don't want brother, they're doing it. Our people have to, we're not saying government is not continuity. Don't get us wrong. Government is indeed continuity. There is no debate about that. But what did we inherit from there? Besides the massive road we inherited, Jeff, 2 ratting machines are Ministry of Public Works. Jeff, you just named the 2 ratting machines. In 12 years, I wanted people to listen across our voice tonight. The Unity Party left 2 ratting road machines, yellow machine, 2 ratting, after 12 years. The CDC left the Unity Party with not less than 40 new machines. Some of the machines are what they're using today. The yellow machine are not come. Some of the equipment are what Unity Party is using today. The CDC left behind. So we left a better public work ministry. We left a better agreement. We left more payrolls of 130 kilometers of roads that Unity Party could not do in any of their 6 years, the 2 years then. We did more paved roads, and in fact, our concentration was on more paved roads than that road. Giddings spent $22 million on that roads. 22 million of the Liberian money went to the Senate in Kuni account. He apologized. They said, go and say no more. But we're prosecuting for stealing the Liberian money because the Senate cannot pardon. Not only that. Channel Union, they gave them $500,000 to face bombing road all the time. 3 years now. Bombing road. They road from Port River to Clay, that the road closer to Monrovia in this modern time. The road from Port River to Clay, Jeff, will start going live the end of this morning. This platform will drive on from Port to Clay and show the people the road condition, very damaging road. The company will get the money to the Ministry of Water, will eat the money, they cannot fix the road. Jeff, so I rest my case on this one, and you can come in. So let me upload the evidence and pictorial evidence.
So General, thank you for all the information. But let me correct a few things you said. So, General, our entire road network is about 13,000 kilometers. So for 1847 up to 2016, December, only 745 kilometers were paved. That includes UP 12 years. So they did not do the 745 kilometer, no. From 1847 to 2016, only 745 kilometers were paved. In 6 years, the CDC paved 530 kilometers alone, CDC alone in 6 years. All the other governments, up to 2016, they paved only 745 kilometers out of the 13,000 kilometers. CDC in 6 years, including the COVID, we paved 530 kilometers. That is the intensity of the development that we brought to the Liberian people. Now, in 2 years, the Joseph Boakai government hasn't been able to pave up to 120 kilometers. In 2 years, least to talk about their own project that they designed, they broke grounds for, and started. Forget about roads. Look at the infrastructure. Look at the vertical infrastructure. The CDC built in 2 years. We built 3 hospitals, public buildings in our 6 years. We left more than 8 public buildings constructed. So our infrastructure sector.
Jeff will put something up. Let's just stick on the road. Jeff, look there. Jeff.
Yes, and we have secured full funding for Ganta Hapo Highway. But General, let me tell you the roads that we left. We left Sakapia to Tapeta ongoing. We left Fishtown to Kelepo, that is River G, ongoing. Rabasport to Medina were ongoing. The RIA road was ongoing. Those were the 4 major roads that were ongoing. That is about 168 kilometers. And it was interesting to note that Joseph Boakai and his gang of thieves haven't been able to commence one road work in our country in 2 years, almost 3 years. Tell me, pray God, tell me, where are we going? Look, I can challenge the government. They wouldn't be able to build more than 200 kilometers in their 6 years.
Good job, Jeff. This is the RIA rule when we started.
Yes.
Jeff, I want you to see.
They wouldn't be able to build more than 200 kilometers in their 6 years. You know why? You know what has happened now to the Ministry of Public Works? They don't even have money to pay the contractors to do the patching they're doing around the city. Just to patch the roads. You know why? They took all the money and paid for the yellow machine. Now there's no money in the Ministry of Public Works budget to do any works in our country. Not at all. Yeah, this is the Cape Man site preparation.
Yes. Evidence. The Cape Man Road, the building. We put this there. CDC put this there.
So to tell you the intensity of work we did, Giddens is completely ignorant and incompetent for the Ministry of Public Works. He doesn't even know what he's doing there.
And Jeff, the reason why Jeff.
Yeah.
The reason why you see we're putting this pictorial evidence or people out there, they got to see evidence that we planted these things in Cape Man to start the rule, and this is Grand Cape Man County. When we go to the southeastern region, we put it up. The reason why we're doing it because our people out there, we have a ground for argument. And look here, there's Grand Cape Man County. When we started the expansion of the road, look there. Yeah, look there. There's Grand Cape Man County. You see the equipment working on Grand Cape Man County Road doing Weata?
Yeah.
That's the rule. So we got to go through the phase. Jeff, you got to explain the phase that we went through. Then before we start pavement. You see the cover?
Yeah,
the cover. Yeah.
So let me tell you something, Agre. When we signed the contract for the Medina Rawasport road project, and that Medina Rawasport is about 42 kilometers. And we initially decided to start from the beginning, to Rawasport itself. And like you said, the center is saying, no, let's start from in the city and bring it towards the road. Now, what they are doing here now, they're installing the culverts, the lines of culverts. Because let's say road works is not just, you don't just go and pave. You got to do the groundworks before you start to pave. You got to do the base course, you do the aggregates, and then before you do the paving. Now, what they are doing, they're installing the lines of culverts. We got to find the project site, the quarry where we would get the crush rock from, the dike that we use to fill in the road, where we're going to get the dike from. So there are a lot of efforts that go into the beginning of any road project. A lot of work that go into it. It's not just what you see from the surface. No, there's a lot of work that goes into it. You got to do soil testing. That's a lot. And I hear people talking about why you didn't complete it. Look, who builds a house in 1 month time?
But Jeff, that should not be the argument. The argument should be, Jeff, that we completed 530 kilometers. That's the first argument. That we paved 530 kilometers of road that United Party did not pave in the first 6 years, and it did not pave in the second 6 years. We paved 530 kilometers of road. Then we left roads that were ongoing and that we were paving. That's the second component of the argument. Because if we just sit down and say, why you left it, we did nothing. But we did more paved roads than them. We got to educate the ordinary people so they can go out there. People calling up, people listening to radio. They say it's very good for us, yeah. We got to go down to the order and explain to them that CDC pave more roads than United Party government. But the discussion that United Party discussing that the roads will left with them to continue. Okay? You already pregnant a woman. One man can meet up with a woman already pregnant. How can you own a job? When you go to DNA, the woman pregnant for 6 months. The woman and her husband separated. Then you come to the woman, you say, they tired of my biological child. How can that child be your biological child? DNA will disprove you. So the United Party is the stepfather. The CBC is the biological child to pay a friend of roads in the history of the country. I cannot do with the other people.
That the caretaker father there.
Yeah, caretaker children. But we'll come back for our children 2029. We'll come back for our babies 2029.
And General, you see what happening everywhere they go to build road, they're breaking people's houses down. That did not happen on our regime. Look, we built road in Doe community. We did not break one house down. The RIA road, let me tell you what happened in RIA road. You see the people market just by the ERW hospital. When we're constructing that road, we should have broken that market down. But the market president that came to the president and appealed to him, he said, President, we will beg you, give us at least 1 month to remove ourselves from that road. After the 1 month, President Weah said, listen, we will not break that market down because it is the markets that is bringing the livelihood to our Liberian people, to our mothers. That is where they are selling to pay the children's school fee. We cannot put them out of business. We cannot suffer them. So we will not break that road. As engineer, you're fine an alternative. This is why today you see that market is still there. Had it been a United Party, they would have broken the people market down while they are selling in the market. We did not. So the engineer had to go and redesign the road to avoid breaking the market.
Can we move to the next topic? Oh, great.
And let me tell you one thing that people don't know. Do you know that the military barracks at 72nd that they're breaking down? Do you know that place should have been broken down under former President Weah's regime? But you know what President Weah told them? He said it would never happen under his watch. Where the barracks, they don't have use for that place and people are living there and they have spent years there, they spend the money, and I would not sanction you going to break the people's houses down and make them homeless.
Yeah, we're running all the time, Jeff. We're running all the time, Jeff. I just
want to show how cruel and how wicked this government is to the ordinary Liberians.
Yeah, we're running all the time. Yeah, the next topic has to do with the medical facility in Liberia. Yes, I'm trying to get the video. So, but mainly, I think you saw the Phoebe hospital situation. So, Winston, can you pick up on there until I upload the video?
Thank you, General. The Phoebe hospital situation, the operation at the Phoebe hospital in Swakopmund County were very disrupted this Friday. It got completely disrupted after a grief employees, mainly the nurses, began clearing hospital walls and rejecting emergency patients in advance of a protest they have scheduled for this Monday. So on Monday, they are expected to go or take to the street in a serious protest. So at the facility, from what we gather so far, several admitted patients were instructed to leave their beds and make arrangements to continue treatment elsewhere. It is frustrating, it is disheartening that this is coming from a rescue mission government. When I was a little boy, I used to love a movie called Delta Force. When they captured the Americans and they put a group together to go and rescue. So in the minds of Liberians, the bread and butter that we were offering to them, that wasn't sufficient enough for some of them, so they went the other way. I don't know, what do you think, gentlemen? On Monday, there will be protests. Some of you watched the video. I've seen the video. Everything has broken. In fact, there have been an ambulance park at that area. And some of the guys said in the live interview that ambulance had been around for 5 years. It was functioning until President Joseph Duma Boaka and his Unity Party government came to power, and the ambulance have been parked for about 2 years now. What's going on? What are your thoughts, gentlemen? Akara, is the video ready? If it is not, let's begin with round the door by you.
The video is not yet ready. It will soon be ready.
So let me say this, right? In every civilized society, at least you have an average of 270 person citizen to a doctor. Currently, we live in a country where we have almost 5,000 patients to one doctor, and now Liberia will have more PAs, physician assistants, than Eritrean doctors. In a society like that, what you do is to focus on healthcare delivery, and that was exactly what President Weah did. When we came to power, healthcare practitioner, like doctors, we're going home with, and an infinitesimal take home of about, I think, 750. It was bumped up to 2,500 United States dollars. Not just that, more doctors were sent abroad today. I know few of them. Edwin Suvio, he's in South Africa. He's been trained to be a bone doctor in simple Liberian term. Several other medical practitioners were sent out of the country. JFK was refined from the state of antiquity to the state, an appreciable state of modernity. We saw the issue about the Kennedy dialysis. People who were already in acute economic destitution were subjected to getting on board plane to go to Ghana, Accra, and other places to seek medication. George Weah simplified that by instituting a dialysis session there. Not just that, when the issue about rape was alarming, DNA machines were brought and people were trained. Not just that, when he went to the UAE, people say his visit was useless. When he went to the UAE, people say he has gone there to marry milk. When he came from there, the derivative and nutrients of that trip became to turn into something that I call the Bapolu Regional Referral Hospital today. That is what a leader who has empathy does. He didn't stop there. Greenchi there, a regional referral hospital. The 14 military hospital were built at the peak, the zenith of COVID, when the entire world was subjected, was engulfed with the bad spirit of COVID. George, we had nourished the courage, used domestic resources. I was involved with that building of that stuff because we quickly did a rap. We quickly did all of the environmental study, the environmental social impact assessment was done because our own the dead body management team, and we were working in line with AFL, with so all of these things happen, using our meager resources based on some fiscal decision making. So today, to see what is happening at Phoebe, it brings sadness to me. It tells you who work. I usually tell people, Jeff, that Craig can donate blood because you not get it. If you're supposed to die and Craig is your neighbor, they say you need blood, 1 pound of blood, my friend, you die because Craig doesn't have blood, you will not donate it. Joseph Boga is who he is. He doesn't have good character, he can't give it. He doesn't have good leadership charisma, he can't give it. Boga has vindictive leadership posture. Now it makes me to respect.
Okay, Randa.
In conclusion, his leadership the byproduct coming from his leadership decision, it now makes me want to respect Madam Salif. Why she did not support him in 2017? Because she knows they mean better. He's nothing but an empty vessel who doesn't produce.
Thank you, Rana. Thank you so much, Jeff. Mato, it was at that hospital that sang the song. You harmonize my salaries, I harmonize a board. Everything was.
They said that other hospital ain't born.
But that is still born country, that is still health workers. And you won't believe that the lady who was leading the health workers with that song currently sits the Ministry of Health. I think one of the deputy minister for administration. One of them. What's going on, Jeff?
Yes, the deputy minister for administration.
Yeah,
and the minister proper. The minister proper is one of those doctors that was sent abroad to be trained by President Weah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something. Look, you see, in 2023, Liberians made a terrible mistake by electing Joseph Boakai and the Unity Party. That was a dangerous and catastrophic mistake in our country that should never be allowed to happen again in our country's history. You don't expect the TB hospital to be functional. Look, do you know the TB hospital is 100% now supported by the government? Yes, it's no longer a private hospital. It's being supported by government. And because of that, the hospital is being poorly ran, is breaking down simply because the government is not supporting any hospital, not just Phoebe. And Dubai, how do you expect government to even get money to support this hospital when all the state-owned enterprises have refused to contribute to the budget to send to the hospital because they're using the money to complete the $10 million project in 4 years for Boakai retirement. This is why you see no drugs are in the hospital. The hospital are poorly ran, and people are dying in the hospital. And we're interested to note that at JFK, at the maternity hospital, we have more than 2 baby mothers in one small bed because there are no beds. Electricity will go when women are giving birth. These things are happening because the state-owned enterprises have been instructed not to commit a cent to the budget, and they will use the money to complete the $10 million retirement home in 4 years for Joseph Boakai. This is why you see our hospitals are suffering, our schools are underfunded, and people are suffering and dying simply because Boakai wants to build a retirement home. This is why you see the rate at which pregnant women are dying during birth has increased significantly because the hospitals are poorly funded under Joseph Boakai.
This is the TB laundry. You see the glove? That I really say we should not use a glove here. The glove now you go for laundry staff. This is a glove we're using. We are using a glove for years. They glove here, a bow or they say we should not use a glove on it. See the clothes? Hospital clothes. They stuff you see back here, they are all trash. That machine here, they think they're not working. We use a glove to wash our bare hand in the hospital. A clothes like this. The doctor can be brave, that the race can be brave to work with the clothes. But presently, Phoebe laundry having the starch here in hospital. You see this place? Nothing can understand from the place. Industrial machine need to be here. A referable hospital like Phoebe. Nothing can understand from the place. Not to say the money not here. We making money in the hospital, but have been used by the guys. So nothing can understand here. As of today, from Monday, we're coming outside lively. So those who all that get a patient here, we ask them to please make sure to take their patient out. Thank you.
All these people on they take the office. They are the place. The hospital office.
Look at the patient.
For the housekeeping.
Oh, yeah.
Housekeeping.
Yeah. And the place is simple, don't let that I can't see. We're not taking a pill, breath of water, don't let it.
So that housekeeping, yeah.
Yes. Right, you're not sitting here. I'm trying to go to provide every part of it, don't let that to get going. So that here all the this is with the separate
so that what which one area? A separate?
Yeah. All the better water from the hospital.
Yeah,
be done. Now here everything I've been done, all the clay, we told the people to provide every part of it now, we got money to provide.
So that to me they go everything be food, yeah.
You go and say I play with this thing like this. If you was getting up to right here for the
Once you pay 1,000 naira, once you go to their office, see that type of
Now, government saying they said no driver, they get paid any driver. Future they get it. I'm looking at the ambulance for more than 5 years parking. Yeah. I tell the people.
And the people can start insulting us.
Because we started stretching on them. They say they can't renovate this place now. And this is our.
What?
Come and see. The Obi-Wan bathroom. See. The Obi-Wan bathroom. Look in the other place. So how you expecting a baby mother to use this combo? How you expecting them to use that combo? How you expecting somebody else to use that combo?
Check on your please.
Yeah, I'm more than 2 weeks now, my stomach been hurting me. I come into the hospital every day. That all gave me a problem. I can't see the man. Since today, I can't give them money and stay here. I can say, hey, where I put it down to the phone. Yeah, they're going to be facility. Only one title here. They have to do everything they want. We suffering. Like, when I be hospital, get you phone contact. When you can't give you, more than 2 weeks, 3 weeks before you meet that. When I signal out of care, you now, in one day, you will die. So, yeah, really need a phone solution to our problem. Yeah,
thank you.
Need a phone solution to it.
Thank you.
Oh, Jeff, you're online.
I can remember when you renovated the Slipway Clinic. There were decent bathroom on your watch. Even at Sonny Way, there are decent bathrooms as compared to the Phoebe Hospital, General Gray.
The people say Gray did nothing. Thank God you're a journalist. We took you to renovated that place because why?
Yeah. What was there?
I mean, for politics, man, Great, just 30 seconds. What I saw just now, it was emotional to me. And let me remove my jacket as CDC Deputy Secretary for Records and Research. Let me garment myself as a patriot, as a Liberian, right? What I saw there, even if you are not sick from your house, just that hospital environment alone is a recipe for sickness.
Exactly.
See the seepage, wastewater is routine. The retention of that water over there, it poses serious environmental and public health hazard. It's a breeding ground for mosquito. Those mosquitoes will give you malaria. So just by being to the hospital alone, not being sick to your house, it's chaotic. That is in a state of emergency. That is, look, any serious leader, that calls for the resignation of the Minister of Health. That calls for the Senate Committee on Health, Public Health, the House Committee. To this point, they should be citing those responsible. That's ridiculous. That is beyond politics, Winston. That is ridiculous. And the people of Bon County should stand up with Phoebe and protest. That is ridiculous. I mean, level politics.
Right now, I was able to identify three of the ladies in that video, and a gentleman that was singing that song. As they were playing that video, I was able to identify three ladies and a gentleman. The guy that can't open the door, say, come and see. And the other guy, there was a lady who took them to the OB wall. The OB wall is where they admit the big belly and their weight to give birth. It's very, very terrible, to be honest with you. And for a rescue government, very terrible. Even if you cannot support any other sector, that should be the help. Most especially, one of the weapons that he used, that song, I will never forget about that song. And shame to Martha Morris, shame on her, big shame on her.
If somebody can send me the video tonight, I will play the song.
General, please share that video in the chat room, man. I won't follow my page, man. That video
I put it already in the chat room, don't worry. It's in the chat room. But there's the issue here. There's the issue here. The gentlemen. There's the issue. We got less than 9 minutes to go, except the radio time will expand. We can stay here for a few minutes. Okay, extra time. But there's the issue here.
Commercials already. That's why I go for 9 o'clock. We'll push it. We got commercial. That's why I go for 9. I will push to 10. But go ahead.
Okay, no. Yeah, so there's the issue. Rana struck the point. Cheba say in the hospital, you're sick already. Somebody say they're not going in hospital. No. ERW, they're not in hospital. Government took care of ERW in the budget. Government is responsible for Phoebe Hospital. Nobody should make that mistake. This government is responsible for it. The hospital only has one medical director. But Joseph Boya can fly with 3 medical director everywhere he going. He alone. Joseph Boya flies with 3 medical doctors. The head doctor, I don't call him tonight. You got our doctor before. But 3, the president can fly with 3 medical doctors. He even going to the executive mansion and 3 medical doctors behind. Every public program, that's all. I don't want to talk too much. The health issue.
But anytime they make it 40 and drop, so what you expect?
3 medical doctors can go about Phoebe, the entire Bon County Phoebe Hospital, 1 medical doctor. You saw the other lady sitting there, that lady, she's pregnant. You can see like she in pain. She doesn't want to talk. Look at the place they're wasting the water. After the surgery and other thing that day. See the thing the guy using to put a hand in or being blocked. You will not even want to eat if you see this video tonight. Bon County got 2 senators. Prim Moye is one of the most influential senators, the chairman of West Business and Finance. At the House of Representatives, at the House of Senate, the chairman of West Business and Finance. And that place is dilapidated like that. It's damaging. Under the CDC administration, that place was not there. We get an ambulance. They never even, when we inherited the government, there was no ambulance there. You had a little get the ambulance. You were private. Get an ambulance. The CDC government, she was necessary.
She said 2 years. 2 years. That ambulance has been parked for 2 years.
No matter what, you go through that place. Some people say they can bring $300 to pay the people, but they can afford it to $10 US. $300 though. They go cut the people pay to $30. You are on a rescue government. People taking pay $30. And you want to talk about that? And you say, now government is responsible. The government talk about ERW right and paying for ERW workers. But look at Phoebe. One of the only hospitals in the Republic of Liberia. Look at Phoebe Hospital. It's disgusting. You have a nurse or pay. One more nurse vote. You get all 20%. We'll give you 0%. Today, what's the position? The health minister of the Republic of Liberia. Okay, the health minister of the Republic of Liberia, maybe some of you don't know today. She used to teach at my college when I was there. She was very young when she started teaching in college. Very young lady. Or in 10th grade when she started teaching Memorial College. Okay, the lady is CC that sent her to school to specialize in fertility on a program brought in the country by the former President of the Republic of Liberia. And that's a video I will play that you can see the current health minister explaining how she went on her program in the first fatality specialist Republic of Liberia. Cancer, this, that, different medical doctors. Even the medical doctor that Joseph Boya said that it should be almost 80. We arrange everything. They're going to go into vetting prior. Somebody phone me, I beg you, please turn the phone. Gentlemen, please, I beg you. Who phone? Yeah. But somebody from really disrupting the program. Is it your phone? Okay. We'll correct it. So look at the kind of things. Bankante. Look at TB Hospital in Bankante under the Rescue Line Administration. Can you imagine? My man, let's take calls, man. We'll discuss the other issues tomorrow. Let's take calls. Please announce the local number, man. Bladen? Winston? Jeff, are we getting Winston?
Winston seems mute.
Wow.
Winston, yeah. You need to call on WhatsApp.
Oh, Winston is muted. But imagine.
I think you need to call Winston on WhatsApp.
Hello? 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 I think people calling the local number. Some people know the numbers already, so they try calling. Hello? Hello? Yeah, hello. What's your name and where you calling from?
Great. How you doing? This is Abraham Conan, man, calling from the United States.
You want to participate on the program?
Definitely.
Definitely, you can go ahead.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the time, man. Thanks to you guys in studio, Jefferson.
Please, just 1 minute because we actually running out of time.
The topic on our discussion is very fascinating, especially with the situation. If the government allocated $2 million in the current budget, where is the application of the budget? $2 million. That's somebody's saying that government is not responsible for hospital. That's not true. Except you tell me that the allocation was made and then pocketed for individuals. But it's appalling. This is the very hospital that the Senator Chris Bowen and Martha Morris staged the protest at the hospital. And they sent the son to harmonize the book. Look at the dilapidated condition of that hospital. So it's sad. These people, they are complete criminals, and they intend to plug that company case and pocket. You talk about, don't be ashamed. Black travel with 3 medical doctors, both domestically and internationally. And you got a hospital with 1 medical doctor, and people are sitting here giving excuses. It's a sad situation. But I don't need to take all of the time. I just want to.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jeff, you got to go in the back. Yeah, once you talk on the phone, Jeff, you got to go in the back. So, yes, you can keep your call calling on. You can keep calling on WhatsApp. I'm going to pin the WhatsApp number. You can call on this WhatsApp number. We're going to pin it now. I will wait on. We don't know why. We try to put the WhatsApp number. Okay, there's the WhatsApp number. So you can call on +231 555 222 226 if you want to contribute. You are listening by the way of radio to Banner FM. In 5 counties, in Monserrato, in Grand Kitman County, in Bombing County, part of Bapolo County, Grand Bassa, Mangibi County, and also part of Bon County. And we are also live in Nema County and that of Bon County on 2 separate radio stations tonight. We ask that you put in your code if you want to call on WhatsApp whatsoever you are around the world. You can call on +231 555 222 226. That is, if you want to call locally, you can say 0555 222 226. You can call on the WhatsApp line +231 555 222 226. Winston, yeah, so you can go ahead while Winston trying.
So, General, while waiting for calls, you know, and what is hurting the most is that for this government to treat the people of Bon County the way they're treating them, they kind of neglect the giving Bon County, because this thing, Bon County to an extent voted for the Unity Party.
Winston, you can start taking your call. Hello?
Is this how the Unity Party is paying the people of Bon County back for voting for them?
Hello.
You know?
Yeah, you want to call? You want to contribute? Yeah. Yeah, what's your name? Where are you coming from? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The call not ready. Yeah, Winston. Winston, you got any else? Wow. Winston seems to be freezing, man. So yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
So, General, as I was saying, the people of Bon County threw the weight behind the Unity Party in 2023 election. And so I am personally surprised that the Unity Party will abandon the people of Bon County, because Phoebe Hospital is one of the major hospitals that cater to the health needs of the people of Bon County. To turn your back on Phoebe Hospital and leave it in rooms to the extent that only one doctor in the entire hospital, that tells me that Bwaka and the Unity Party has no love for the people of Bon County. And
Jeff, I don't call you. Oh, I just want to put Jesse for you in, right? Unity Party rescue agenda. The biggest agenda that landed the presidency, because the word rescue was so positive, everyone wanted to be rescued. Guess what? When they came to power, it took them 1 year to drive the arrest agenda. 1 year. 1 whole year, they never had agenda. So, to be talking about Phoebe that way in Bon County, the agenda is like you go into law school, what you need for that law school.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
They never had anything.
Can we take the call up quick? Hello, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, no problem.
My name is Wilfred. I call you from Johnsonville.
Just less than a minute.
Yeah, I admire the program and I want to appreciate the panelists on the show. But we have more concern, you know, those things that they are seeing in the studio is that requires something that you take it as regular, because this government is very regular. If like people we sit here like the Supreme Court issue, they're using thing as mass stepping stones so that they can be getting our people in this country. So we have to take it serious. Those are the concern how they get recruiting, security, weapon. You don't have good monitoring. Be bad, because if people in one country hand, there is a problem in the country we are getting. So we cannot be likely.
Thank you very much. Yeah, hello? 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 Yeah, do you want to contribute? Oh, no. Sorry. Winston?
If you're ready, we can take some calls here. 0777985 0777985 are the numbers to call and be a part of the show this evening right here. 077798595. Put the calls through and let's be a part of the show this evening. I kept getting reminded about some commercial commitment. Let bring the one in. Hello. Yeah, General. I hope you guys getting the calls there, right?
Yeah, getting the calls.
How are you?
Yeah, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I said my name is Robert to my call.
Okay.
But you have all the good measures for all of them within. You have been within a start to have fun there where all the measures you get for us. We take it into those money thing. If you are not being just to us. So I just want people to continue the discussion. It's very important. It's very important.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's take this one. Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Yes, sir. Your name? Where you joining us from?
I'm Mary Smith, calling from Central West Point.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my brother. Thank you for the topic on the discussion this evening. We need to tell people that this government, when it comes to support of our people, they need to say, approve me. Because our friends made fun of all of us. And today they are seeing it for themselves. You see, the people of poor country, I can't feel for them. Because yesterday they were all around. The woman time salary, the woman have food. And today they are just seeing it for themselves. We told people that the government are not going to do nothing for the Labrador people. It doesn't mean well for the Labrador people who are looking. You see what happening today? Well, my brother, let me tell you something. And this government is campaigning for the opposition.
Winston, everything they are doing
that campaigning facility 2029.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's take this question. Good evening.
Wisdom.
Yes, sir. Welcome all the way there from Tene, Grand Kima County. It's good to have you. What's the name? Where are you calling us from? Welcome. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My name is Eddie P. calling from Chicken Factory. Wisdom Daddy, we are in a response team. Most of the messages are what we should preach to like people. No. What should I pray God for the top of government? It's a bad thing for somebody to get 80-year-old power that how you teach you all. Then they boast me because you teach still like you said at development. Only because you teach like you said at development. And I really admire the general. No. You're one person that will believe you in citizenship because you stay for the two. We all the way to move forward between all. And today, I can't say he's a hero for us, to be honest with you. The only thing we need to do, I can't agree, is that all the registration in Moravia, if we can go to a free FN, let the people listen to the message that will be okay for all. We should not say that. Thank you for the time, I can't agree. I really appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much. We hope we can get some station from Great Kima County as well. To relay this program. We'll be around every Saturday and Sunday from 8 to 10. Good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother. How are you?
I'm okay. It's good to have you. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Let me say hi to my party thing and panelists on the show. This is Edmond Carr, and I'm the visually impaired that is pushing for the return of President We Are 2029. Look, President Winston, the Executive Party government, are evil government. They are evil people. They are wicked. So now when I hear the kind of information, I just want to walk to someone else and point they are not lying to you. They are evil. They want to tell me because our government told us that they were bringing 42 machines. We didn't need to send ministers in China. We didn't need to send Joel our data in China to go to window shopping on yellow machine. We were able to bring 27. They are using it around here, lying to the people that we didn't do anything with it. or so. But thanks to you guys, you know, it's very much timely. The timing of our ministers, our assistant ministers, and the general coming up is very timely. It means that we are about to destroy Unity Party finally before you can get into 2020. And for broken people on power, yeah, the election, we saw the goals today. We advertised the goals. The CDC advertised their goals. The United Party don't advertise their goals. Those that choose to go the United Party way, this is the difference that they are getting. But all we can say is that we will flag the issue because why? We need the number. We need you. Why you voted for who is it for we now concern we want you. So we'll flag your issue so that then we can and then listen government will see your comment and see how they can address it. Thank you, my dear brother.
Thank you so much, Carl, from my GV County. Let's take this person. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Wisdom Blind.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for the show tonight, brother. And to the topic, my brother.
Where are you joining us from, sir?
Oh, I'm joining from New Jersey, General People Side, DJ1 Community.
Go ahead.
My name is Ebenezer D. Yeah, my concern has been due to the issue you guys discussed tonight on a very concern about the rescue government, how they do that on a nation issue. But you know, my brother, I would say that people get to understand what we have to tell the people. 2029, President Weah is coming back, and nothing can stop it. If Nene can do everything in the power, nothing will stop it that Weah will not be elected 2029. Because anything they will do, they think they will do that will have that election. They're wasting the time. They are wasting the time. Today, with the people in the generation, we will see the last step back today for the government. Do they push their police? How many people do the generation take it for the first today? It was so bad today to see a point who living not have any position for the government. But today, people are homeless. So I want to thank you for the show tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so kindly. Let's take another person. 30 minutes past 10. 7 more minutes to go. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Elijah Feedback calling from Sinker.
From Sinker. Welcome.
Yeah. I appreciate you people for the persuasion today. And this is the information we need in the country now. Because many of us we are being believed that the people that today our people take a wrong voting against our future. And today our people stop in Punkandi. I was in Punkandi 2021 when my brother was sick at TD Hospital. I saw how TD was looking like.
In Punkandi?
Yes, I was in Punkandi, in FIB. I spent 5 months in FIB Hospital. My brother went there for motorcycle accident. And then I saw that Simone over there. They were taking care of patients. And patients were taken care of, and they were having area for caretaker. And now, Phoebe, we want to say now, so Pongani people being ourselves. The next election coming, you have to be the one decision again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. No, I will take 2 more, then I'll go to General Gray, and you take the WhatsApp call. Hello?
Hello?
Welcome.
Thank you for the discussion. First of all, my name is Ernest Lucas.
Somebody background is too terrible there, man. I don't know. Somebody please.
Hello?
Okay, go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Ernest Lucas. But I'm calling you from my TV to be precise around the airport.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, my brother, they told me it is true. We all were left in Wimbala and tell my mother, my auntie is living in Cottington. You pass by Prince Moy compound before you get to our area.
Okay.
But you see, those things are transpiring today with all the people. that this man was a failure to his family and his generation. Workers. I told them that my father worked in PNC, my father worked in BCDP, my father worked in small PNC. But this man, that place where that man living, my father said the Koto people, the Willow people used to go where they were paying. At that time, he was driving was Willow our tour. That man had working government for 42 years. He had to pay one kitchen for himself. That kind of person will come in our country and we desire to get the whole country to him. 50 countries to get him. He able to rule the making with the name of rescue team because why he is a failure to his generation. He wants for him to be renewed so that his family can move in. So Liberia must help him so we can rescue him. We told people, we were assimilated, we look at the good side of things, we told him that this is what going to transpire. They said Joshua is flying around with the Liberian people money going to be laughing around damaging our money, but that party had nothing to do with women, had nothing to do with money. He's going to make the country to be fine. You see where we are today? You see where we are today? That city hospital, I say my father was a crime chief. He didn't want that.
Let me ask you a question. Are you saying that the people of Bond County are currently disappointed with the Unity Party government?
They are more than disappointed. They are more than disappointed. We told him. We told him my father himself as crime chief for Swakoko claim. John F. Lokia, the late. For Swakoko and worker from Phoebe called every Nama used to leave from Swakoko and get to Phoebe, take on, the cheap. Every morning to come over to go back to JFK to take medicine just from there, carry to JFK, to Phoebe. Okay. He's been doing those things meticulously. Then somebody will say that now I can't tell you say that not government hospital. Now what kind of hospital is that? Phoebe hospital is the place I was born.
Okay, let's take the final one before we go to General to take calls from our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. Hello, welcome.
Hello, brother. I'm Jefferson Esther calling from Simple Bridge.
Okay. Simple Bridge, go ahead.
Yeah. I say thank you very much for the topic of the discussion. Yes, I was standing here today. There's with the government on several occasions. And very government because what? They came, we rescue. At the end result, the red press in the market today will reduce the red price. The gas price will be constant. The overhead bridge, it is a ship. Cape Mount, New Kota, Simple Bridge that we live. Every day when you come in the market, brother, you see get all around. Thank God for Robert here, he get a crop. As soon as you guys say they come, they take it. So rescue one time, I can't tell you that I've just with them far away. Rescue came instead of pushing cars to go to the south, it's taking something that 2 or 3 weeks. This rescue mission came with us. Now you can get on board, the next day you reach to Maryland. I can't tell you that. Yes, so thank you very much. I will continue to be there with them every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Please join us tomorrow. General, you got calls there?
Yeah, we got other calls coming in, but we're waiting for you because I told them to hold on.
Kairos, you got calls there for international partners?
I said we got other calls, but I told them to hold on. So you want to... Are you getting me?
General Gray?
Yeah, are you getting me?
You got call there for international call,
yes.
General?
No, got a call. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. You getting me?
Hello.
Yeah, your name and where you calling from?
Rana, you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you bloody and I'm getting you green.
Okay, I can't speak. Go ahead. You got calls there?
Yeah, we got a call.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, where you calling from?
Yeah. This is the boss of the country. What can I say we are here? campaigning for 2029 election. What is unfolding in this country is because people was
Thank you very much. Winston?
I'm getting you.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know to the photo.
My name is Lincoln calling. I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, gentlemen, guys, big thanks to you guys for the beautiful topic. We wish to see more to come, and I also encourage you guys at least to encourage other people to join you guys on the discussion, so that at least we can have more debate on the floor, so that at least we can be able to to carry on the debate far away from the various district to the various county. So at least people that live in a various district or in a various county, they can be able to hear our voices or hear whatever we are bringing on the table to discuss serious matters that pertain to our country, Liberia. And we wish to see most of these discussions coming far, so that at least Liberia can be delivered from the hands of the enemy.
Thank you very much. Okay, I promise to call this person back because they've been calling.
Yeah. 8 minutes to go, General.
Yeah. We'll just take 2 more calls, then we'll call a conclusion. This caller, I promised to call the person back because we're on the line. Unfortunately, we can't get the caller, so we get the last caller, and then we'll call it a day. So, Winston, actually, I think we just need to make our passing statement, and then we can move ahead.
Okay, let me see if I can take because we got 6 minutes to go. Yes, you are right. So let me take the final 2 for my end right here, because the line is really blinking. Let me take the final 2. Good evening.
Yeah, Mr. Blady, good evening.
Go ahead quickly, Mama.
And good evening to all my children there on the air. Yeah, this is what your star. I want to tell God thank you. At least the message will reach, because of the therefore people carrying the message. All the lies that people use to come to power, and today God disgracing them. God will continue to disgrace them, and I want to tell you thank you. I want to tell the general thank you for living Spoon FM. Coming to a you make it fun, but I'm making fun for you. So I want to tell you, take you this out, this evening. Don't continue your hard work. Thank you there.
Thank you too. Please join us tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock for another edition. Your parting comment, Randa, let's begin with you.
So what I want to tell Labrador, we are here for you. I'm not going to get angry with you. You are a victim of what is happening today. You wanted a solution to your problem. People told you they were here to rescue you. Rescue is a positive word. Everyone would love to be rescued. Nobody rejects rescue. But it is on them today for fearing you. You cannot blame yourself. And I disagree with people who continuously remind these people that they make the wrong decision. The people are never wrong, blooding. And when I was in undergraduate school, my minor was political science. It's one of the king and queen course. It's one of the royal courses, political science and economy. You know, I know these courses are unique courses, and so to say that people are wrong because they elected Bwaka and Bwaka is failing, the people are never wrong in the context and circumference of the tenets and norms of democracy. The people are always victim of political circumstances. In this situation, the people were told that the conditions would be changed. The people were told that what rescue was given, even though we were building proper homes, or, aggressively connecting our homes, more than 350,000 households were connected on our electoral grill. We initiated a free wire policy where nobody was paying school fees. And vertically, the rate at which people were passing have increased. There were free access to medical services. People still say what we're doing was not good. Government had bad policy where people were paying indiscriminately. People were discriminated. Salary were not equal. There was no equity. We took a bold decision to initiate harmonization to give the people their just. What they deserve to make. Those guys from the other end, they make politics out of everything. They lie that we were killing auditors. Today, they are in power. They have the police. They have state security. They have all of the so-called evidence. They haven't prosecuted a single person yet. Nobody has gone to jail for all the wrongs they say we did. That tells you that they were lying. So I'm not going to blame you. I will appeal to your conscience. Now that you have recognized that these guys are all about lies, deceit, dishonesty, disappointment, you now have the advantage to reevaluate and make a better decision. But I disagree with people out there who want to say, oh, enough for us, it's sweet for you. No, it's never sweet for the people. When you understand democracy, when you understand the rationale, the principles of elections, you know the people always want a better option for themselves. Anybody will behave like the people. If you go in the market, if you go buy chicken soup, the other person is selling 50, the other person is selling 25. You obviously go for 25 because everyone wants, the best way out to maximize profit. Maximize utility, extra satisfaction you get by making a certain decision or consuming a certain commodity. So what we were doing, Joseph Boyka and his people lied that they would have done better. But it's easy to lie. It's easy to deceive people on the grid. It's easy to say, what is not right. You come to power and you cannot, your behavior cannot correspond with what your promises are. Such is the situation. That's why I keep saying, Craig cannot donate blood. A man will not give what he doesn't have. On a grade, this platform was created by you. You have invited me here. I'm here because you want me here. If you didn't have the platform, we would not be here. Because you get the platform, you give the platform to us and the people. So a man gives what he has. Boyka doesn't have leadership. Don't expect leadership from him. Boyka doesn't have passion. Do not expect passion from him. He will break down your homes. That is who Boyka is. He's deeply tattooed in his DNA. He's a wicked old man. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. For him, he is an associate of the oligarch. Boyka been around CWA those days. You know what I mean to go in CWA? So he doesn't care. He's an associate of the Chewy party. He gets them.
So Ronald.
Yeah.
Ronald, we gotta be fast now. With time, Ronald.
In conclusion, right? Things for today's show will be here. Sometimes when the argument get things, you forget what time, General. That's the reason.
Ronald, because it's radio. Radio goes off at a point.
So thank you for the show, Chief. It's up to you, sir. It's up to you,
sir. So again, we want to say thank you to our many viewers, our listeners in Radio Land. We are live on Radio Lela in Bonkande. We're also live on another radio station, I think Radio Tapeta in Makante. We are also live on Kings FM, 88.5 in Monrovia, Monserrado County. We are also live on Banan FM. Banan FM covers like 5 to 7 counties across the Republic of Liberia. So we are growing gradually and gingerly. That's what we are doing. This platform belongs to the people of the Republic of Liberia. We have a series of discussions tonight. Among the discussions, we spoke about the issue of the Supreme Court ruling. We had a version of views on the Prophet Key situation. Some of us agree that it's a recipe for tomorrow, maybe trying to wish on oppositions in the future. Other people said, no, the Supreme Court was right. So it depends on which side you stand on the issue of the decision of the Supreme Court, but we condemn and any insult at the Supreme Court or any mother or any parents across the country, we condemn that and we will not tolerate that. We also discussed the issue of the rules. We provided prima facie tonight on the basis of the rules, what we did as a government and people, okay, some of the things we did on the rules issue. So we posted that we are secure full funding for Ganta to Harper Highway, that is all the way from Ganta to Maryland County, you know, passing through all of those counties. We didn't stop that. We also provided evidence of when we initiated the RIA rule, ratified that agreement in 2020 by the legislature. It has nothing to do with Unity Party-led administration because it's the WIA-led administration that ratified this agreement. We also spoke of the issue of the Grand Cape Man rule, where you see the plan is being built to jumpstart that road. Was under Josh WIA administration. The contract was given to SSF. You can see here that they put in the cover on the road. The machine is working. This is under WIA-led administration. So we spoke about the issue that roads are being done in phases. Tonight, one of the most damaging things that was put out tonight, and you will be very shocked, on the issue of rules, something very important. The United Party cannot argue that they made something messy, because why did they leave? Then the United Party asked herself that in 12 years, what did you leave in terms of infrastructure development when it comes to road that the CDC is for? Did you leave the road from Oroville Pave all the way to Harper, passing through Riverses, going all the way passing to Sandal, or Nema, going to Grand Gide, going to Roji, going to Grand Cru, going to Harper? Okay, did you fail the rule? No, you did not. So what's your argument? What's your argument? You paved no rule. Did you pave the rule from Banga to Vonjima in your 12 years? You did not do it. Did you pave the rule from Monrovia to Grand Cape Man County or to Bombing County? No, you did not do. So what's your argument? What's your argument? United Party has no argument. We put evidence on that will secure the funding. And this is what we did. This is the evidence that will secure the funding from Ganta all the way to Harper. United Party had no knowledge on that. The Medina Rawaspo road that they are talking about today, we also secured the funding for that. In fact, we signed the agreement with the SSF. And we didn't stop there by signing the agreement with the SSF, but we also want to be very emphatic to the people of the Republic of Liberia that the RIA rule, we initiated the first $50 million minimum to jumpstart the RIA rule. The overhead they're talking about, that agreement was signed under us, it was concluded under us. Okay, we pay everyone along the road under the citizen-led administration. No demolition we did and we didn't pay for. No, all along the road we pay the people. But that's the most damaging thing tonight that caught the attention of everyone. Very damaging, the situation in Phoebe. The situation in Phoebe. This is extremely damaging. Before we talk about the situation in Phoebe, that just
thing about this place, Friday don't just go well. So the lawmakers are not on ground. But this is it. This is the situation. A very hard and tough one to believe, and a one that every other Liberian will not want this to happen to them. And sometimes
we'll talk about that a little bit, but that's the situation of the demolition in 72nd, and you see that lady on the ground. She lost more than $500,000 United States worth of property. And she went to the Capitol building, see that woman on the ground. These are the people who supported the Unity Party-led administration. However, we cannot blame them for supporting the Unity Party. This is what they voted for, but we cannot blame them. As a responsible group of people who want to liberate the country from the rescue people, who want redemption for the people of Liberia, we should be encouraging this kind of people to join us to ensure that we take them from power. But there's the most damaging video today. Some people in the United States, across the world, in different parts of the world, you will not even want to eat your food. Look at Phoebe Hospital under Joseph. Unity Party government. Look at this, my people. Look at it.
So he
This is the city laundry. You see the glove? That I raised we should not use a glove here. The glove not used for laundry staff. This is a glove we're using. I use a glove for years. They glove here, a bow or what? They say we should not use a glove on it. See the clothes? Hospital clothes. They stuff you see packing here, they are all trash. That machine here, they think they're not working. We use a glove to wash our bare hand in the hospital. A clothes like this. The doctor can be brave, that the race can be brave to work with the clothes. But presently, Phoebe laundry having the starch here in hospital. You see this place? Nothing can understand from the place. Industrial machine need to be here. A referable hospital like Phoebe. Nothing can understand from the place. Not to say the money not here. We're making money in the hospital, but are being used by the guys. So nothing can understand here. As of today, from Monday, we're coming outside lively. So those who order get a patient here, we ask them to please make sure to take their patient out. Thank you.
All these people on they take the office. They all the place. The hospital office. Oh, look at the patient. For the hospital.
Yeah. And the player is something dumb that I can't see. We're not taking a player of resident bathroom. So, the housekeeping here. Yes. So that here all this is waste separated. So that what which one area? A separated? Yeah. All the dead water from the hospital. Yeah, be done. Now here everything I've been done. All the clay we told the people to provide air for us now we got money to provide. So where to me they go where can be food here. Because you go and say I play with this thing like this. It was they got provide air for the
Once you pay 1,000 naira. Once you go to their office, see that type of government saying they say no driver, they get paid any driver. Future they get it. I'm looking at the ambulance for more than 5 years. Yeah. I tell the people. I get a security working here. We don't get it. We don't get it. And the people can start sorting up. Because we started stretching on them. They say they can't renovate this place now. And this is our. What? Come and see. The OB1 bathroom. See. The OB1 bathroom. Look in the other place. So how you expecting a baby mother to use this combo? How you expecting them to use that combo? How you expecting somebody else to use that combo?
Yeah, man, more than 2 weeks now, my stomach been hurting me. I come into the hospital every day. Doctor gave me appointment. I can't see the man. Since today, I can't give them money and stay here. I can say, hey, really, I put it down to the phone. Yeah, they're going to be facility. Only one doctor here, and they have to do everything they want. We suffering. Like, when I be hospital, get phone contact. When you can't give you more than 2 weeks, 3 weeks before you meet doctor. When I send them out to care you now, in one day you will die. So you really need to find solution to our problem. Yeah,
thank you.
Need to find solution to it.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. This is a disaster. This is dangerous. You see the hospital, you sick straight. Just by seeing the hospital itself, you're sick. Just look at the hospital. If you're sick, you will chew up. This is the rescue-led administration, a government that boasted that will rescue the people of the Republic of Liberia, where doctors, nurses, were saying you harmonize our salary, we harmonize your vote. You give us 20%, we'll give 0%. Today, they are in government, some of them are being appointed, the matter of more appointed. Look at Phoebe. Look at that national disgrace. We'll put it on our wall, on our page. It's a national disaster, disgrace. Look at one medical doctor in the entire hospital. Or Central Hospital, there's only one medical doctor. For those of you who don't know, this program is really in not less than 7 to 8 counties as I speak to you now. 9 counties in fact. On radio live. About 9 counties. We call on citizens to follow this network. Let us build this platform together. Let's fight together. We'll tell our own story. The objective of this platform is for us to narrate our own story. We'll be here every Saturday and Sunday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Liberian time. Eastern time in the United States of America from 2 to 5 o'clock, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. We'll be on this program. We'll educate our people. We will ensure that we provide necessary pieces of information to our people. I want to say thank you very much. We appreciate every one of you. That video, if you want to see it, just go on my page. I'm going to pin the video, that video of that hospital, Phoebe Hospital. I'll pin it on my page. I want to say to every one of you, whether you're from Unity Party, whether you're from Phoebe, whether you're from Bon County, whether you're from Nema County, whether you're from Grand Juda or any country, Republic of Liberia, I want to say to you today, that condition is terrible. The image of our country is very bad. It's a disaster. Look at that. Think about it. Think about that pregnant woman sitting near the other day. Think about that woman whose stomach is hurting and cannot see the medical doctor on there after 7 days. You don't even know what's happening to her. Think about it. Say to all my friends who will be here, make no mistake. Who oppose Unity Party are in opposition for 12 years, opposing Unity Party. From 2005 to 2017, opposed Unity Party. 12 years. This is not strange of Akara's grave. All the Shikos, I want you to know this is my job. This is my responsibility to ensure that Unity Party does not come back to power. They must not come to power. Every sedition, take the message in regional land. Join the Liberian Action TV, online TV platform. We're on Facebook and we're on YouTube. The Unity Party book and go to YouTube, the spy. On Facebook and we're on YouTube, we are doing extremely well. I can assure you that this will help the people of the Republic of Liberia. We shall remain committed. We shall remain focused. They will never lie again. Every time they lie, go on my Facebook page, I will refute them. We'll come on this station every Saturday and Sunday. When the time reaching, we may go 3 or 4 times in the week. But I want to say thank you very much. We appreciate you. Unity Party will never lie to you, my people. We will be here and we'll correct them. You know, it's sad. But like I promised, see the woman here that supported Joseph Boykai. See the woman crying. See the woman, my people, y'all look at the woman here. She went to Capitol building. She lied down on the ground. They promised that they were not going to break down $500,000 worth of property at 72nd. See the lady. See what happened. How Joseph Boakai is heartless. Listen to the lady. Please follow this and see this for the next 4 minutes.
Thing about this place, Friday don't just go well. So the lawmakers are not on ground. But this is it. This is the situation. A very hard and tough one to believe, and a one that every other Liberian will not want this to happen to them. And sometimes we say this, the government too need to leave time ahead and tell people that this place is owned by such and so person, this place is owned by this person, this place is owned by this person, this place run by this person. But this is it. This is where the government of Liberia, and sometimes they are in error when it comes to land issues, when it comes to other things. Okay. So this is so that you can see. So Rachel Kuhn is not picking a call. She even called him in our presence when the airfare were doing the breaking down of the area when they were started, when they were about to start the process. When they were about to start the process, they were first having conversation. Later, she placed a call to Rachel Kuhn. She also placed a call to the Tishkwe lawmaker, but both of them didn't pick up. So this is it, a very sad situation. And actually the meeting. So this is it. She's calling on the lawmaker, the securities. So we are so this is a very sad time, a very, very sad time for this lady. So we are here making sure that we're bringing all of the happenings. We are just trying to play our part as a media institution. We are not doing anything like PR or whatsoever. We are trying to let you know that we are doing everything, making everything available here. So that's it.
Wow. Wow. Joseph Bakai, how you treat us like this? How you treat like this? Where I will go? Where will I go? That the point for that for you talking about and the bill on how to call it. You know you're talking about, you know, the government responsibility to its citizens. And somebody are defending evil. Because they give you $5 count on the post here, $10 cash card. They're being heartless. Everything, even the World Bank project for Liberia, IMF, even under we are administration in Ellen, before they break down people places, they got to get resettlement. Are you citizens? These are people who put up a United Party see the woman crying. These are not seditious. You don't have human feelings. You should have human feelings. $500,000 United States dollars. What hide there most people not even listening? She could not go into the place to take her things out. All the goods, all the material she had there. They broke the place down on her material. Everything. Everything. Okay? Everything the woman had in her place. The barricade, the area, they didn't allow her to go in to take anything off. $500,000 worth of property, goods, materials. And other people, she crying, Joseph Boyka, why you would treat us like this after we voted for you? Where will I go? Where do I have to go? If that is not a message to you, then you are wicked. Then you are evil. If that's not a message to you. If that's not a message, then we don't know what to say. If that's not a message, my people, then we don't know what to say, my people.
Joseph Boyka will not be re-elected because of these people. The man's a terrible speaker. The man put on those people for no. Listen, let me be fair, we know it was propaganda. We put every death, somebody walking and jigger in the toe and they die, we say what job we are.
True.
Somebody drop a pressure or high sugar, we say that job we are.
Yeah.
Pregnant woman go get bread and we say that job we are if she didn't make it through.
Yeah.
Everything was on Jawea. Auditor Death were on Jawea. 3 missing boss were on Jawea. Unity Party supporter of JMP, went against CDC, went against the pathologists, said you were fronting for CDC. You and I and the rest of the team that supported Unity Party and Joseph Yeman Boyka, including Phoebe Herons and everybody else, we beat on CDC government.
True, which was wrong.
Yeah. We beat on them, we discredited Benedict, Coley, and other people that said these are our findings. But and I like the position you took, and I still remain with that position because hold on, my dear brother and friend, Liberia pathology Benedict Coley, not solely Coley, thank you. Claim no male DNA was found at Councillor's car home, and everybody, most of us, we don't be on Benedict. So my take here is that not the pathologists, the auditor death, the 3 missing boys, all the other mysterious death in the country, most of them that Benedict or whosoever the pathology were that took care of them and gave the report.
Princess Cooper.
Precious Cooper and all of yes. We went against them for politics. And now the chicken is coming home to roast. But should we destroy the credential of our own, like Councilor is saying, because of politics? Is it fair that we send a young man out of the country and they were trained and they returned to serve the country and we put politics in it?
Good night, good night. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock. So thank you to Radio Lela in Bon County, Radio Tapeta in Nimma County, Banana FM 98.5, based in Monserrado County, across the bridge, Bushville Island, that covers about 5 to 7 counties, or Kings FM 88.5. We want to say thank you very much, and we appreciate each and every one of you. The call is night. We want to say good night. Tomorrow, same time, 10 in, follow Liberia Action TV on your Facebook page, and also on your YouTube channel. You can follow our YouTube channel, Liberian Action TV. TV. Have a wonderful night. See you and bye.
I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the world. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to beef? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
And I guarantee you, when we finish, there will not be a winner or the loser. Today we all wear the jersey of Liberia, and the victory belongs to the people, to the peace and to our democracy. As we begin to build upon the foundation of this new Liberia, I, George for the Crown General, the new president, will first give thanks and praises to the Almighty God for the blessing He has bestowed upon our country. And I say, my people, thank you,
The supporters of His Excellency Joseph Boakai presents him as a poor man from Lofa, and I said that he will understand the plight of the poor people. Fellow Liberians, do not be fooled. First President Boakai is not poor like you, not even as me. As Vice President, his office received more money from the government budget than any other vice president has received in Liberia's history. He has enjoyed some of the best and most lucrative government jobs. Minister of Agriculture, Ambassador, Managing Director of LPMC, at the time when LPMC had money, and several other positions. First President Boakai might have been poor a long time ago, but today he is among the richest 1% of Liberians who are enjoying the best of this country.
That led to decades of war still run deep. But so too does the longing for reconciliation. A reconciliation defined not by political bargaining or by an artificial balance of power, by tribe, region, religion, or ethnicity, but by the equality of opportunity and a better future for all Liberians.
I'm extremely happy to be in the United States of America, long considered the lands of free and the home of the brave. My visit here today is a response to the kind invitation extended me by President Ronald Reagan, a man of abiding courage, strong will, and foresight. As you know, Liberia and the United States have a long and historic friendship which spans more than 150 years.
And that respect
What I call sort of vicious lie about the fact that Mr. Kobe is gay or bring gay lifestyle to Liberia is complete bullshit. When people can accuse you of stealing people's money, when they can accuse you of being involved in war, anything, people don't make up stuff. They don't make up shit. Excuse my language, right? So it's complete nonsense. I've mentioned earlier, I don't know if, I'm sure you were here, right? You playing the game, right? I'm married to Teresa, 2 children, 5 grandchildren. I believe in traditional family values, so it's complete bullshit, complete nonsense.
I resigned May 11. When on the start of the new session, after the president of Liberia, after our Supreme Court victory for us, and the president made his now famous speech that they will continue to work with the so-called majority, even before defining what that majority was going to be, because we're going into a new session. We decided that to avoid the continuous confrontations and acrimony at the legislature, we decided to step aside. So we resigned. They never got the votes to try us or remove us, and we maintained they would not have gotten the votes. There is a reason why the Constitution requires a supermajority, and if we wanted to go by the rule of law, and we should go by the rule of law, 49 votes were required. That was never attained, so we resigned.
I'm too hard on the CDC. You know, it's for reasons sometimes, Akaro. The big ball that CDC dropped, it was right, one of it was right here in Nimba. My brother, let me tell you something. There's nowhere in the world where hundreds of candidates participate in the election. And in the second round, only 2%. And the number of vote cast in the second round is more than the first round. It's not possible. That's what happened in Nimba.
He is adjusting. Watch this moment without any commentary. It's going down. First blow. There you have it.
Because the party felt betrayed. The Salif-led administration was splashing jobs and cash and political cohesion, arresting our people arbitrarily, putting them behind bars. The CDC got challenged. We braved the storm. We challenged the status quo. We never surrender. The first 6 years we never surrender. 12 years we never surrender. And this party we never, with emphasis, ever surrender to the evil forces. By 2011, 3 of our soldiers were executed on this party ground. 2 at the back and 1 right at the headquarters. The man who shot and killed our people today is a darling boy in the Liberian National Police. They brought him back to shoot more guns. Get ready to shoot. Because we challenge the status quo appropriately. Kuma was murdered on this battleground. The boy was killed